Notice the split in the defensive line. This is where the gap opens. Brilliant tactical execution.
The All Blacks eventually secured a 47-17 victory over Italy, but that final score masks a severe bottleneck in the first 30 minutes, where the New Zealand attack struggled to generate forward momentum. Italy's early physical effort and defensive structure successfully forced the All Blacks to play consistently behind the advantage line, choking off their traditional passing lanes. This timeline reveals a massive statistical anomaly, a vertical spike of 4 tries scored within a singular 14-minute window, immediately following halftime. This explosive surge resulted from a calculated structural adjustment to a specific tactical problem. The modern rush defense aims to close the distance between the defensive line and the primary playmaker as quickly as possible. A traditional flat attacking line fails against this high-speed pressure. The defense suffocates the space, leaving playmakers isolated and forced backward. To counter this, Dave Rennie utilizes an attacking architecture built on extreme width, deep alignment, and a dual playmaker access. Rennie treats the pitch as a geometric grid, where defensive pressure dictates the necessary offensive distribution of his players. Italy's specific structure in the first half prioritized extreme line speed while maintaining a horizontally compact, narrow shape. By utilizing the touchline as an extra defender, Italy could ignore wide channels and condense into the midfield. This narrow rush forced Ruben Love, the single playmaker at 10, to receive the ball completely stationary, with no time to process the defensive picture. The All Blacks were pushed into low-percentage isolation plays, relying on individual efforts to find a break rather than systemic progression. When an attack plays directly into a narrow rush without adjusting its coordinates, the geometry favors the defense. The first adjustment is depth. Pulling the attacking line further back from the breakdown buys the playmakers fractions of a second against oncoming line speed. The second adjustment is width. Spreading the wingers to the touchlines forces a narrow defense to stretch horizontally. As they stretch to cover the edges, gaps between defenders physically expand, opening interior midfield channels. Rennie breaks the rush by altering the spatial coordinates of his players to dictate the opposition's shape. A single playmaker is mathematically insufficient against elite line speed, as the defense can focus their entire rush with Damian McKenzie at fullback as a secondary first receiver. Placing the 10 and the 15 on opposite sides of the breakdown during phase play creates 2 distinct distribution points. This dual access forces the rushing defense to split its attention and physically divide its line speed, reducing the pressure on both playmakers. The system is an engineering solution designed to generate processing time by creating hesitation in the defense. This spatial control is most effective during transition exploitation, the immediate shift from defense to attack during loose kicks or turnovers. Rush defenses are highly choreographed. During a transition, that choreography shatters, leaving disorganized edges and disjointed defensive nodes. Rennie deploys Will Jordan on the wing because he possesses a fullback's processing and distribution skills, a hybrid finisher designed to exploit these disorganized edges. Jordan's spatial awareness in unstructured play was the primary factor in his record-breaking 50th test try. Placing high-level decision-makers in wide channels turns chaotic transitions into mathematical mismatches. The 47-point scoring avalanche was the result of implementing width, depth, and the dual axis. Increased ruck speed in the second half acted as the final catalyst, denying Italy the time to reset their rush line. The engine of this architecture is the All Blacks' ability to execute simple passes to space while under intense pressure. Rennie's system relies on processing the defensive picture and passing the ball to the uncontested geometric coordinate. While this system cracked a fatiguing Italian side, its viability will be tested by the sustained phase play and defensive discipline of Ireland. The upcoming match at Eden Park sets Rennie's transition attack against Ireland's highly structured retention. Can extreme width and a dual playmaker axis generate enough space against the most organized rush defense in world rugby? The Ireland test will prove whether Rennie's spatial geometry is a situational fix or the blueprint for the All Blacks' future.